Hey guys, as you can see today, got a bit of an idle issue. It also does it, well, going down the highway, it seems to shift between 4th and 5th more than it should, kind of hunts gears, and I'm kind of thinking it's related to this RPM jumping around. Normally I'd do some testing before I replace some parts, but since it's only $50, I'm going to throw a new idle air control valve at this today. 4.7 V8. So here's the new idle air control valve. Started looking around and I found, I can't really see it there, but you can see what kind of resembles it down there, but it's a 90-degree bend. I don't think that's it, so I went over here to the right side of the engine there on the throttle body, and I think that's our guy right there. So I'm going to pull that out. So to unplug it, you just push that clip on the left side and pull. And you can see on the bottom there you need a type 25 Torx bit to take the screws out. So I have a 1/4-inch ratchet, 2 different length extensions, and the T25 Torx bit. Make sure not to drop your screws, because that'll be real fun to try to find if you do. And just grab it and pull. And look at that, I was right. That's our guy. Seems kind of sticky. So I got a new O-ring on here, came on it already. Make sure you got everything cleaned out of that hole there. If there's carbon buildup or any sort of black soot or whatever, you know, clean it out. And we're going to put it back in the same orientation as the other one, which is just like that, with this right here, this clip facing the front of the engine. And we'll start our screws back in, making sure not to get this mass airflow sensor cable pinched behind the idle air control. That could cause some problems. And then tighten them back down with the ratchet. Keep in mind they are just little fine thread screws going into aluminum, so no need to go gorilla on them. Last but not least, make sure you plug it back in. Make sure you hear a click. Start it up here and see what happens. Yeah, I have an exhaust leak. And it's still doing it. So we got other issues. Under the circumstances that this does not fix your problem, there's some other issues you can look at. One being, I'm not exactly sure what this guy here is, but you can see if you follow the lines, it goes to your intake at your mass airflow. So that could possibly be bad. I'm not sure what it is. But and then another way is you could have a vacuum leak somewhere. One of the best ways to find a vacuum leak, you don't want to do this when the engine is hot or near any exhaust manifolds because it could blow up or start on fire, but take some carb clean or some brake cleaner and just go around and spray where any boots are, anywhere any lines come together, and just spray. And if you hear the engine RPMs pick up, then you know it's obviously sucking some of that cleaner in through the intake and burning it and causing the RPMs to rev. So if you find that, then you've probably found your problem. So it's getting worse, and now we have a check engine light. I've done some checking online, and it sounds like a throttle position sensor is definitely possible, so we're going to hook up the scanner here and see what we got for a code. Alright, so the code was for thermostat inactive, so that doesn't help me. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Maybe the ECU detected that the coolant temp is not what it should be or something like that. Maybe I got a thermostat going bad. But so of course I can't get it to act up when I want it to. Typical. I was trying to see if it would start revving up and we could watch the throttle position, and if the throttle percentage is going up and down, fluctuating, but I'm not hitting the pedal, then you know something's goofy there with the TPS. I got a lifetime warranty one for 30 bucks, so I'm just going to throw it in because I'm running low on options here. So again, the tools required for the throttle position sensor are the same as for the idle air control. You want an extension with a T25 Torx bit and a ratchet. The throttle position sensor is right here, this white plug. So you pinch the little bottom tab and pull, and then remove the screws. And just grab it and pull it out. There's an O-ring in there you need to grab, because I believe the new one comes with a new O-ring. Got the new O-ring on. Now make sure you get these little teeth lined up with the throttle position sensor and push it back on the same way it was before, which if you look at this plug, the little tang that we had to push in to pull the plug off is right here, so that's got to face down. That's got to go just like that. Reinstall your screws. And I always just take a little bit of dielectric grease too and put it in the connectors for the plug. I forgot to mention that when I did the idle air control valve. And plug it back in until you hear the click. Alright, let's see what happens. Everything seems to be working okay right now. I'm going to hook up the scanner and see what the throttle position reads. Also make sure when you're putting this in, because you can put it on wrong. There's just like a little flat on the throttle. That's what this pushes onto, and you want to make sure that however you put this on, you can push this all the way up against the aluminum throttle body by finger. If you have to push really hard and it's not all the way up against the housing, then you got to take it off, turn it a bit, and push it back on. Do not force it on with the screws. You can break it, and it still will not function properly. But it seems to start and idle fine now. So I'll drive it around for a while and see if it fixed it. I think it did, so. Alright, so I took it for a test drive. We're back here idling. It's idling fine, so it seems to be fixed. We've just, on the test drive, we checked at cruise speeds. With the cruise set, it used to surge not only at idle, but also at cruise. It would jump a couple hundred RPMs, almost like it was upshifting and downshifting, and now it's not doing that anymore. We're still at our 13%, maintaining a pretty steady idle. So, hope this video helped you out. Subscribe. Thanks for watching.